Welcome back to the Custom Corner. Today we're going to be doing a quick video on modifiers, since many of you have been asking how they work and how to use them. They're actually pretty simple and a powerful feature that can save you time when looking to optimize a print. We'll take a look at a few things we can do with them. We'll start off by creating a simple cylinder that we'll modify. We'll make it a bit higher and a bit bigger and slice it just to get a baseline of where we are with it. Take a look at the infill here. We are at a default of 15% infill. We can check here in the strength section. We see that there's a wall loop setting of 2 as well. If we were to bump this up to 4 wall loops and 35% infill and slice it, we see that the time to print goes up quite a bit. But what if we don't want or need the whole thing to be this strong or have these settings? That's where modifiers come in. They allow you to change or modify a part of your object that you can control. Let's reset the cylinder back to its original properties and apply a modifier to just one section of the cylinder, and we'll check out the difference. Right-click on the cylinder and choose Add Modifier. Then we'll pick a simple cube. We get a notice saying that if we want to change the modifier settings, we need to go to the Object menu and have the modifier selected. What this means is that all the object properties that we see in the Object menu will be applied to the modifier. In turn, that modifier is only going to change the part of the object that it's touching with those properties. So where this cube overlaps the cylinder is where our changed properties will be applied. To make this more obvious, I'm going to make this cube bigger so that the whole bottom area of the cylinder is changed. And I'm going to change the wall loops to 4 and that infill to 35 and slice it again. As we go through the layers, you'll see it go from the default 15% and 2 loops to the 35% and 4 loops as we reach the layers where the modifier cube is affecting the cylinder. So now, only the parts of the object we want to change are going to have these new settings, which helps keep the printing time and filament waste to a minimum. Now, let's look at another use of a modifier. Suppose we want to change one area of the object to a different color based on shape. We can do that easily. Keep things simple, I'm going to create a sphere and use that. But if you notice, you're able to load another model to use as a modifier as well. So you can have a shape that's specific to your needs. So, for instance, if you wanted to have a heart-shaped color on your object, you could simply load a heart model as a modifier and place it anywhere on your object. Here, I'm just simply going to move that sphere to the top of the cylinder and change its color to white. When I go slice it, you will see that only the area that overlapped the sphere will be changed to white. Let's look at a similar example, but this time I'll create a modifier that spans across the object we're changing. This should give you an idea of how this feature works and how an external model could be used to create an inlay effect quite easily. In this case, I'm going to create a bar that cuts across the middle of our cylinder. Imagine this being an extruded model or monogram, and you can start to get some cool ideas on how you can use it to create interesting effects and decorations on your printed items. All I do here is change its color and slice, and you can see how our bar is on either side of our cylinder. Pretty neat. Now let's look at a practical example. Let's say you're creating this wall hook. It's pretty strong as it is, but you want to ensure that the right parts are reinforced. We can just do what we did earlier and focus on the parts of the hook that will need strength. We can create a modifier object. In this case, a cylinder should do quite nicely. We'll line it up and resize it so that the cylinder covers all the areas we want to make stronger. And we'll change our modifier to be stronger by having more wall loops and a larger infill percentage, just like before. Remember, these are only just some of the things that you can change. Everything in the Object Properties menu is available. After slicing, you can see that the parts that need reinforcing are going to be much stronger. Next, we'll look at another example. Let's say you wanted to add some sort of knurling to an object for better grip. Instead of having to model the knurling in the 3D modeling app, you can simply apply an effect here in Bambu Studio. Just like before, we'll create a cube and resize it to fit our door handle here. Then, we'll go to the Others menu and turn on Fuzzy Skin. After a slice, you can see that now we have a textured grip where the user will be grasping the handle. Finally, there's one more modifier type that needs some attention. There's a height range modifier that works the same way as the paint by layer feature does. It allows you to set a starting height and ending height that will contain your modifications. Let's take a look here. I'll create a cylinder to which we'll apply our modifier to. Then we create our height range modifier. We see that our cylinder is 25.6 millimeters high. So let's have our modifier go from 20 to 25.6 millimeters, so it covers the top part of the cylinder. Let's change the infill pattern to something more visible, and we'll make the infill be high as well. Then we'll go change the height range to be from 20 to 25.6. After we slice, you can see the layers the modifier changed have the new pattern and infill, and when we go lower than 20 millimeters, we see the original pattern. You can see in the layers bar the layer and the height where things change. It's exactly where we expected it to be. Anyway, this was just a brief look at modifiers. I hope that was helpful. I hate asking, but they tell me it works if I beg you all to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. If you hate the video, or if you hate me, then at least leave a comment. That also helps with engagement. Anyway, see you next time on the Custom Corner.